here we are mid-private plane flight, and these two women are scrapping. This isn't that I'm pulling your hair, you're pulling mine, we're scratching, we're screaming. They were throwing fists. Somebody was going to get hurt. At some point, the flight attendant intervened and let them know, if you two don't cut it out, I will have you restrained. And as soon as we land, you will be detained. Am I clear? That's Vuvu and Yaya. Vuvu is your girly girl. She is that whole entire mommy. She's that woman who is well in her bag and her femininity. She is about that soft girl life, that baby girl era. She's beautiful, she's curvy, and she's a successful businesswoman. She has this amazing beauty bar, and it's doing very well. You want your hair done? She's got you. Your nails? Don't even worry about it. Oh, you want your makeup did? She will have you looking all the way beat. That evening, she hits her girl Yaya up and she's like, boo, whatever you have planned, please cancel it. I miss you. We've got to link up. We haven't seen each other in a minute. That Yaya. That Vuvu. And so they do. They link up at their favorite spot in Sandton for dinner, and they are here. Now, while they are within some drinks, Vuvu notices a familiar face. He notices them too. And he comes over and he's, hey Yaya, hey Vuvu. And he makes sure he calls waiters over and he's like, whatever this table needs, make sure you take care of them. Please bring a bottle. Just make sure they're comfortable. And then he goes. Now that casual exchange seems innocent enough, but that's because you weren't there. You weren't there to see that look. That locking of the eyes that lingered a few seconds too long. You know that look where it's like, whoo, I caught that. I saw. I know what I saw. That. After dinner, her and Vuvu head out. And as they get to the cab, Vuvu is like, babe, I've left my card in the restaurant. Now, Yaya is about to go with her when Vuvu insists, no, you go ahead. We were going to take different cabs anyway. You go ahead. Message me when you get home so that I know you're safe. I'll be good. I'm just going to get my card. And so Yaya leaves. And Vuvu makes her way back into the restaurant. Now, when she gets there, at no point did she go back to the table she was sitting at or even to the waitress. She goes straight to the bar and sits and orders herself a drink. Moments later, Andile joins her. I forgot to mention that this Andile, sitting right next to Vuvu, is Vuvu's man's best friend. So they drink and get closer and more touchy-feely. And he's in her ear whispering and she's keying. All of it. Getting closer, more touchy, more inappropriate. Now, before I go further, I think it's only fair that I mention a bit about Lunga, Vuvu's man, Andile's best friend. Lunga is a very good-looking guy, and his coins are all the way up. He is not an insecure man. He's the type of guy who moves with a certain group of people. It's either you are going where he's going, you are already there, you're helping him get there, or you're being left behind. He's not trying to be around people who do not reflect his future. Neither is Andile. His pockets are not empty. So the two are here. They understand each other. But again, Andile is sitting there with Vuvu, and he's not backing down. For what? For who? The following day, Yaya went to Vuvu's beauty bar to get her nails done. Truth be told, she just wanted the details of what happened last night. I mean, how did we go from me getting into an Uber, you going in to get your car, to you having drinks with Andile? What was that about? And so, of course, she was going to ask, ma'am, and last night, what was that about? Vuvu played it down. What? I told you, I just stayed for a drink. A drink? That must have been one long drink because you got home really late last night. What happened? Again, Vuvu was trying to play it down. No, Yaya wasn't buying it. She was, ma'am, I'm not leaving until you tell me everything. That's when Vuvu began. Her and Andile got to talking. He was all up in her ear, whispering. She was feeling him. There was chemistry. There was this. And Yaya is looking like, what? Yaya told her, babe, as far as I'm concerned, until you have a ring on your finger, you're single. So do you. Do you. Now, as she's speaking, the nail tech is listening to the conversation. And of course, Vuvu's her boss, so she would never say anything or cross any boundaries. But the whole time she's thinking, Vuvu's got a man who comes to the store. And I may not know him personally, but he seems like a really amazing person. He helps her. He's good to her. He's good to us. What mess is this I'm hearing? What type of friend, what type of advice is this? A few days later, Vuvu and Andile decide they are going to link up. And so they do. They meet at a boutique hotel for lunch. That's how they console themselves. That's how they justified what they were doing. I mean, it's just lunch. It's not dinner. How much can really happen when the sun is up? We're just friends meeting up to talk. It's innocent enough. And so they get to talking and drinking more. A continuation of the other night. They're drinking and drinking and drinking. And eventually Andile takes out 10,000 Rand and puts it on the table. Vuvu is like, what's this for? You said the other night that you wanted to upgrade your store and you had things to take care of. So take. Oh. At this point, she is feeling him more. She is feeling him. He's taken out that she is feeling him. She is feeling him. Now, lunch wraps up and they start making their way to the exit. Except they don't leave that hotel. They turn left into the passage where the rooms are. They enter room 308 and get down to the filth. A couple of days later, Lunga is back in town and Vuvu is kind of acting off. Now, she's being kind of subtle about it, so Lunga doesn't really notice anything. In fact, he's just like, listen, I want to take my girl out and I want to see my boy, so let's just do a double date. And so he organizes it. So you have Andile and his girlfriend Cassandra, you have Vuvu and Lunga, and they're all the way in Marble for dinner. Vuvu has been acting strange, and not for the reasons you think. No, not because she's feeling guilty about what went on, but because she's annoyed. She's annoyed because Andile has not been returning her calls or answering any of her texts. This guy is legit ghosting her. But she has to hold herself because there's no ways she can even look like she's not having a good time. She waits for Andile to go to the bathroom, and eventually she does. He does. She gives it a few seconds and then she follows. As soon as he comes out of that bathroom, she's like, Andile, what's up? What's up? She's like, dude, you ghosted me. Ghosted you? I mean, I knew eventually we would run into each other, so no, I'm not ghosting you. You're dating my boy. I mean, we were bound to see each other again. Now she's looking at him like, your boy. Oh, she's here. I mean, he wasn't your boy, your best friend, a couple of days ago when we were in that hotel. Andile did not like the tone of that comment. He knew there was a threat in that, and there was. There absolutely was. She wanted to remind him, your boy, this guy you're trying to be loyal to, don't forget what we did. He looks at her and he says, Vuvu, if you want to tell Lunga what we did, tell him. But I never thought you were that stupid. I mean, this guy's taking good care of you. Don't mess it up. It was a punch to the gut. This guy is making her feel small. Like, what? What did he just say? He goes around her and carries on walking as if it is nothing. So she says out loud, and Cassandra, does she know? Andile is not the type of guy you threaten. You are not going to do it. No, ma'am, you're not. So he doubles back and he gets in her face. And he says, no, she doesn't. And she's not going to find out. Then he walks away and leaves her standing there properly. He's not going back. In fact, he walks with that same nonchalant, I don't give a thing that he walked away from her with after that one night stand.